Hello, what is up guys? It's Ish from the Moki Bros and I'm coming at you today with my Fire King deck profile for the April 2014 format. So we start with 3 Fire King High Avatar Grunixes. Boss monster of the deck. It's got a brilliant effect, means it can never be destroyed, so it must be played at 3, and it's got an amazing attack of 2700. You should base this Fire King deck around this card, making sure you get it out as quickly as possible and use it to your advantage. Then we have 3 Fire King Avatar Yaksha. Now this is a great card to play because it lets you destroy a monster in your hand and on the field. So if you open up with this card and Grunix in your hand, you can normal summon this, and when it's destroyed, you can destroy a Grunix. The best thing about this card is that it can be destroyed by battle or by card effect, unlike some other Fire King monsters that we have. Then we go into Fire King Avatar Barong at 3. It's the main searcher of the deck, so it must be played at 3, and it lets you take in any Fire King card from your deck to your hand. That includes something like Onslaught of the Fire Kings or Circle of the Fire Kings, not just Fire King monsters. The only bad point is that it has to be destroyed by a card effect, but that's okay because it does mean it can be destroyed by Grunix's effect or by Circle of the Fire Kings. It helps you to search out a lot of cards, giving you a lot of consistency in the deck. Then I played 2 Baby Grunixes. Now this is a good card to get something like Barong or Yaksha in the field, depending on your situation. And you can put it in. You can set the card, get your opponent to bait into attacking it, and then you can use its effect. The effect can be used if it's destroyed by card effect or by battle, so that's good as well. Then we've got 2 Flamvell Fire Dog, a brilliant card to play just because when it destroys a monster, it lets you special summon a monster with 200 or less attack, which means Yaksha or Barong. So it's kind of like a searcher, letting you take a Beast Warrior into special summoning a Beast Warrior. And then Yaksha or Barong can attack the same turn because everything happens in the damage step. Then we have 1 Blaster Dragon Ruler of Infernos. This is a brilliant card to play considering our whole deck is fire. You can special summon it quite easily, banishing a card from your 2 cards from your graveyard, and you tend to get quite a lot of cards into your graveyard considering this deck is based upon graveyard effects. Then we have 1 Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys. I know a lot of people don't play this card, but I think it's a nice little card to play if, for example, your opponent is winning simply because of their set cards, or if your Grunixes are run out and let's say they're banished for some reason, or they're destroyed. Then we have 1 Fencing Fire Ferret. Now this is a brilliant card just because it lets you get rid of Ophion straight away. You can special summon it with Onslaught, it gets destroyed in the end phase, it destroys Ophion, and then you inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Also, it helps you get cards out of the way because when it's destroyed, it destroys a card your opponent controls on the field. You inflict the 500 damage, and at 1700 attack, it's pretty good too. Then you have the 1 Bear. Now I play the Bear simply because I play 3 Tenki and 1 Sensu in the deck, so it lets me to help get those out, and also I can use its effect by sending one of my 5 formation cards to the graveyard, so it's pretty good and comes in pretty handy. Now onto the spells. We have 3 Onslaught of the Fire Kings, probably the best spell card in the whole deck, simply because it lets you special summon Fire King Avatar, High Avatar Grunix straight away, and then lets you use its effect the next standby phase. Most of the time I go second when playing Fire Kings, because then I can use Onslaught of the Fire Kings, because your opponent must control a monster and you must control no monsters. So in the first turn, hopefully your opponent normal summons. You can use this, get Grunix out, then send Grunix to the graveyard in the end phase, and then all hell breaks loose when it comes back next standby phase. Then we have 3 Circle of the Fire Kings. This is a lovely little card because it lets you destroy monsters on the field, and it gets one back from the graveyard. So you can destroy Grunix on the field, for example, take a Barong, then next standby phase when a Grunix comes back you get a Barong effect. So Grunix practically stays on the field. Plus it's a quick play card, so let's say if someone is destroying your Grunix with whatever, then you can chain Circle of the Fire Kings, Grunix gets destroyed, and you can bring another card onto the field, so then you get Grunix's effect next standby phase. Now this is the main change that the April 2014 format made to this deck, limiting Rekindling to, limiting Rekindling. It's quite a hit, simply because we have so many cards that with 200 and less defense, like Flamvell Firedog, Yaksha, or Barong. You tend to get quite a few of those into the graveyard, and then this is a great way to help you get out of that situation. It's a good game finisher, because if you were to use this, take 2 cards, then you can also Xyz some. So that was a big hit to the Fire King deck and lots of other decks, but rightfully so, because it's such a good card. Then we have a Fire Formation Tensu. This is a nice little card just because it lets you normal summon twice, one Beast Warrior and one non-Beast Warrior. So you can summon like a Yaksha and a Flamvell Firedog the same turn, and it also raises a Yaksha and Barong's attack by 100. It may not seem a lot, but if you have a Tenki and a Tensu out on the field, then it goes to 2000, and that makes quite a lot of difference. So it's a good little card. Plus, you can use its effect once per main phase, unlike Tenki, which you can only use when it's activated. Then we're on to 3 Fire Formation Tenki. Lets you add a Beast Warrior from your deck to your hand, so a good little searcher. Plus raises the attack of them by 100. So this really is a really good searcher, letting you get Fire King Yaksha or Barong into your hand, getting your attack started. Now onto the staples. We have 1 Dark Hole, triple MSD, the 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, 1 Call of the Haunted, 1 Compulsory Evacuation Device. This is 1 Destruct Potion, a card which some of you may not have heard of. It's a good card to use in this deck, simply because it lets you destroy a monster on the field and gain its life points. So again, you can set this card if someone's going to destroy your Garunix by battle, then you can chain this card, destroy it by card effect, and then gain its life points. So hopefully there won't be much damage done to your life points, and you won't be in too much of a disadvantage. And then of course Grunix comes back next standby phase and destroys all monsters in the field. Then we have the 1 Fiendish Chain, 1 Mirror Force, 1 TT, and 1 Solemn Warning. Now in my side deck, it's not really my side deck, I just wanted to talk about the card Kirin. It's a good card to play because it lets you kind of set up an attack. Well, you can use it with Circle of the Fire Kings, because it lets you send, when it's destroyed by battle, it lets you send a card from your deck to the graveyard. So you could send something like Grunix to the graveyard. You can normal summon and then use Circle of the Fire Kings, getting Grunix on the graveyard. Getting Grunix on the field, sorry. But the problem is that you don't get Grunix's effect, and it's not destroyed, so it is a bit slow. Hence, I don't actually use it in my deck. Some people do, and if you do use it in your deck, I would totally understand, but I'd still disagree with you, because I just think, well, in this deck there's not enough space, especially playing your 4/5 formation cards that you do, and Bear. I mean, I would probably replace it with something like Bear or Fencing Fire Ferret, but Bear and Fencing Fire Ferret I feel come in more handy than Kirin does. I just find it to be a little too slow. Plus it hasn't got many searches apart from Barong, and it's kind of a last resort. If you were to take this card from your deck to your hand, I would kind of know you're desperate. Now on to the extra deck. So we have the 1 Abyss Dweller, stopping decks just like this, actually. The decks that have effects that activate in the graveyard. We have the 1 Tiger King, which you can open up easily through Yaksha and Barong, because they're both Beast Warriors. And then you can use Tenki or Tensu as one of your 5 formation cards. You have the 1 Gagaga Cowboy, just to finish the game off. The 1 Gemnite Pearl to destroy Ophion. You have Hieratic Sun Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis. You can open up into that sort of easily, I guess, with Garunix and Nephthys. You have the 1 Maestro staple, the Utopia Black Ship, the PP. Queen Dragon Jin, which is a nice card to play when playing Blaster, because you can summon special when you when you special summon into this card, detach, and then you can special summon Blaster. Good way to finish the game off. You have the one Diamond Eye Wolf, which is an absolute perfect card in this deck. Lets you destroy a card on your side of the field and your opponent's side of the field. So you can destroy something like Yaksha if you want to get its effect, Brong if you want to get Search, or Garunix. And then Garunix comes back next standby phase and destroys all monsters on the field. Brilliant to use in this deck. We have a number 82 Heartland Draco. This is a nice little card Remy discovered actually, which is brilliant to finish the game off. It can't be targeted while a face-up spell card is on the field, so you can use it perfectly with Tenki and Tensu, considering they're continuous, or any field spell card if you were to play one. And then when you can detach an Xyz material from the card, and it can attack your opponent directly. So it's kind of a better version of Gaga Cowboy, because you can attack your opponent for 2,000 life points. Good way to finish the game off. I mean, might have a Yaksha and Brong on the field, overlay, special summon into this, detach, attack your opponent for 2,000 life points. Game finished off. Then we have the Sharks on a rock. We have the level 3 wind-up Zen mains. I know I only play 2 level 3, but if you were to play Kirin, this would work. And the 1 level 3 Leviathan Dragon. So that is my fighting deck profile for the April 2014 format. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions that I can make, please comment. Otherwise, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for lots more videos. Please watch the recent duels that we uploaded. Sylvan's a nice little deck to play, which Remy has also profiled, and Sylvan's as a Dolce, which happened yesterday, and Sylvan's versus Honda, which is also a nice little deck, which I will be profiling soon. If you want us to do any more deck profiles or any other decks, please comment, and we will try to do them as soon as possible. Alright, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you all later.